Hey guys, Dr. Jason Lipoff, your team Beachbody coach. I was just asked by one of my amazing coaches to do a video on objections, and more specifically, objections when it comes to the conversation of inviting them into one of your challenges. So I'm going to give you guys a couple tips, and I'm even going to recite a script from one of the masters so that, one of the things when it comes down to educating us on a lot of the primary skills is don't reinvent the wheel. So I do a lot of research in finding who are the best people that have done it, and that's really how you copy it and model it. When it comes to inviting in terms of challenge groups, a lot of that comes naturally in terms of you always want to say to yourself, what value am I bringing to their life? Over and over and over again. So when someone asks you about getting in shape, or they want to lose weight, or whatever, you need to, a true leader asks more questions than they speak. You always have to say to yourself, what would a leader do? And a leader will keep asking questions, why, to get to this deep emotional reason of why they want to lose weight, of why they want to get bigger, of why they want to make more money, a lot of things. And then the conviction in your voice is going to really, basically, it's going to offer the foundation for everything to stand on. Because if you don't have conviction in your voice, that you don't believe in what you're saying and what you have works, then they're not going to feel it. So it's like if someone says, God, Shakeology is expensive. And if you agree with them, there's a problem with that. Because you have to understand the value in it, and you have to really believe deep down inside through your experience and through, again, your conviction in your voice that this is the way to go. And through the way that they trust you, they're coming to you for advice, and you found out whatever they're doing is not working, and you've now found out their emotional reason for why they want to change. Now you go into your bank and say to yourself, is what their answer, does that fit into what Beachbody challenge groups are, to what Beachbody coaching is? And once you've decided that it fits, then it's an easy decision. Then you tell them about the 30-day challenge groups, about the fact that, great. So everybody in the group, they're on a home-based fitness program, a Team Beachbody fitness program. They replace one meal a day with Shakeology, and then you may talk about personal development, whatever. You have to tailor that to whatever their needs are. And if they give you an objection after that, number one, let me back up. I will not mention price until I actually just send them to order. I says, oh great, awesome. Let me go ahead and I'm going to send you the link, and you're going to get your first month of Shakeology, and you're going to get your fitness program at a really deep discount. It's amazing because that's what these challenge packs do. They bundle it together at a really deep discount. You're also going to get 30 days free of the Beachbody Club membership. And what that's going to get you is two really important things. You're going to get all of these VIP club workouts that I'm going to go over with you that you're going to be able to use at your disposal. And also, it's going to have a meal planner where you can actually create your own meals. It'll even print out a grocery list for you, and I'm going to go over that with you as well. They not only have to know that this works and there's conviction in your voice, but they have to know that you are going to be there with them and that you are going to stick with them. One of the first things that I say when I talk about when they're interested in the challenge pack, I'll actually say, and again, this is me talking to them on the phone, I'll say, I just want to let you know that this is, it's amazing that we're talking now because, this decision for us to talk is going to change your life. It already did. And I speak with that conviction. And they're like, wow, I don't even know what, all right, cool. So that brings me into another point, is that do not talk about challenge packs and make the decision and the sales and everything on text message or on Facebook message. Don't, period. Pick up the phone. And I'm saying that, and I say it with my voice because it's ridiculous. You guys believe in the product. You have to get over not picking up the phone. Everybody has their shortcomings, and that's okay. But you have to understand with the conviction in my voice that failure is good. You want to get over that, and maybe you want somebody to hang up the phone on you. But you're losing out on so much opportunity because they cannot hear the conviction in your voice, and there's no replacement for that. And it will happen with practice. You can't practice conviction in your voice if you keep typing with them. So trust me on that, is that have your scripts handy. So when you're talking to them on the phone, I've got like a pen and paper. So when I'm talking about their whys, I'm writing everything down. Okay? And so that's really important that you're doing. And you're going to make mistakes. Remember, you have to make mistakes because the way you succeed in life is by failing yourself or following the path of and seeing how other people failed. You need to do both those things in order to succeed. So it doesn't make it easy, but you need to do it. I'm going to read from one of the greatest books, The Education of Millionaires. This is a script where a girl she's a health coach, and they employed for a half a day probably one of the greatest coaches of really that you can buy, and he is, I think he's like it's like some ridiculous price. Victor Chang, he's like $4,000 for a half a day. So let me go over with you. So this is Victor starting, and we're going to pretend that Victor is the coach, okay? And that the other person talking is the prospect, and just follow along with this. So how much weight do you want to lose? About 20 pounds. And why do you want to lose that weight? I want to feel good and attractive. And why is feeling good and attractive important to you? I'd like to be in a relationship, and I just don't feel confident around men. I walk into a room and I feel like I'm invisible, or like my body's disgusting. I just feel so out of control around food. And if you did have more confidence in your life walking into the room and not feeling self-conscious, how would that impact your life? Well, hopefully I get into a relationship and have more friends and be less lonely, and hopefully it would benefit my career too. Well, let's talk about the first one. Talk about being lonely. How does that feel right now? What is that like? It's terrible. I go home and I just eat cookies for company. It's a vicious cycle because all I can think of is the cookies. After I eat the packet of cookies, I feel sick and I don't want to go out. Even my friends are calling to go out. What would happen if this problem didn't get resolved? I'd be alone, I'd be miserable, and I'd have no kids. And how would you feel about that? Terrible. I want to be a mother. I want to have a family. I want to fulfill that role. And what you're telling me is the weight today is quite possibly getting in the way of your life, the unfolding path of your life. What is it worth for you to fix that problem and have the life that you've always wanted? A lot. Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not important at all and 10 being extremely important immediately, where are you? 9.5. As we went more into the sales demonstration, Victor commented to us, you see, I haven't sold anything. All I've done is ask questions. But the questions go beyond the superficial. They go into the deepest levels of why they want this change in their life. And this is very important, by the way. I'm going to read this for you guys. The reason this method works is that people's underlying motivations are very different. 2 people could walk into your business wanting to lose 20 pounds, but for very different reasons, at either the conscious level or the unconscious level. If you say I can help you lose 20 pounds without going into why they want it, then you're no different than anybody else. But if you can get into the underlying motivations, then you're not buying the 20-pound weight loss coaching. They're buying a new career, or a shot at having a great relationship, or a shot at being a mother with kids. So if you see now, it's not, you'd say, well, that's just not that easy. I mean, there's several things. I've done a lot of personal speaking, I've done acting, and some of that comes naturally to myself. But it didn't before. I had to learn it. I had to practice. And these are things that you will practice the more that you talk to people. You don't need to be selling to everybody. And you shouldn't be selling to anybody. But a lot of people are very introverted, or a lot of people just don't want to talk to strangers. And you got to practice. you got to just practice talking to people, knowing people. And it's not about finding out if they need to lose weight or how they're fitting into your business model. We're in the business of knowing people. We're in the business of just getting to know people. And that's what we do. We provide value in people's lives. And specifically, we provide value by caring and providing true accountability and support and helping people achieve their goals to lead a healthy, fulfilling life. And you come into play specifically with your niche, with your market, with whoever you attract, with your friends, with your family. And it just branches out from there. When you are positive and when you believe in what you're doing, it just emanates from you. People just want to know what you're doing. People just want to know why you're so fulfilled. And you have the ability to do that. That's how, when someone wants to get into what you're doing, it's not about losing weight. It's not about the fitness program. It's about being a part of something that is changing your life and that will most likely change theirs. And you can't do that on a phone. You can't do that on a text message. You can't do that on Facebook. Just now I just spoke with a friend of mine, and I've got a call. He was going into his reasons of why he's gained a lot of weight, and he wants to get back into something, and he wants to know. He asked me, does Shakeology really work? Well, I didn't answer him. I said, that's awesome. Thank you for reaching out. It's great to hear from you. And thank you for thinking of me. Is there a time that we can talk? So I'd love to get to know about what your goals are, what your needs are. So I've just dispelled his question, because that's not the point. The point is not about if it works or not, or if it's the price. It's about getting him in the mindset, and does he believe in what I'm doing? And when you do that, then all of a sudden people are going to start following after you. So I'll leave it at that. I really hope that helped with how you end up starting off in your coaching business, or how you end up excelling in your coaching business and getting leaders and getting coaches. And when you first start off, don't worry about Emerald. Don't worry about Success Club. Those are weird terms. Just worry about helping 3 people a month. That's it. That's what it's about. We got challenge groups going on all the time that we plug people in, and that's all it's about. It's saying, hey, listen, I'm doing this really amazing thing. Would you like to try this with me? Because I would love to have some support and motivation, and it'd be awesome to have like 4 of us go with this together. And I'm going to be with you every step of the way. I'm not going to let you down. You are going to succeed. These are things that I tell people when they start, and it's important. And you have to keep track. I have a notebook of all my challengers, and so that they don't get lost. They have to know that you care, and you can't, let that, that can't die down. You always have to stay laser.